Walking through Franklin, North Carolina, heading to the dentist. So this front tooth, I'm in a better mood by the way. This front tooth is a cap. And I bit into a protein bar and it just popped out like loose. It just keeps swiveling. So it must be on a post because I can't pull it out all the way and it doesn't completely fall out. But I can't bite into even a piece of toast, scrambled eggs, whatever. So for the last 24 hours, I've been taking little pieces, finger-sized pieces of food and tucking it in the back of my mouth to chew. It's been fun. Anyway, I could have taken the public transportation to the dentist, but I want to keep my legs moving. This is a 0 day, so for those of you who don't know, it's just a day where you don't hike any counted miles on the trail. But I'm walking through town because my lungs, so the two issues I have with making the miles every day that I want to make so I can get to Maine before the dead of winter, plus they close in mid-October. My lungs, because, you know, I'm not an athlete, and so going up hills, up mountains, I stop a lot, but the amount of time I stop, you know how many seconds, is less and less each time. So I used to stop for a minute, and then it was 30 seconds, and now, honestly, 10 seconds just brings my heart rate down a little bit and I start walking again. So I am getting better, so I'm not concerned about that. Once my lungs are stronger, I'll be able to then move quicker and so forth. My legs are really strong, and they'll get stronger, so they'll be able to, again, carry me faster. The more physical body weight I lose, that 22 pounds I gained since moving to Nashville, Tennessee, all that southern food. So as I lose that, which I should, in not too much more time, because we calculated the average hiker on the Appalachian Trail, you know, considering gender and body weight and the elevation climbed each day, average is about 5,000 calories burned a day. So I don't know that I'm there yet, but you know, at least 3,000 a day. So I should work that off. I actually gained a pound, but that's muscle. So as I lose the body fat, weight, and gain more muscle, and my lungs accept the fact that we're going to be doing this every day for a while, I'll be faster. So all that aside, the thing that is really concerning me and slowing me down and making me stop earlier in the day than I want to is my foot, that navicular bone. And it paralyzes me by the 5th hour, and in reality I should be hiking 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day. So that's my concern. So after the dentist, somebody had an orthopedic doctor recommended, so I'm gonna give a call and see, you know, how that might work out, if I can get in to see him or her. There's also Outfitter 76 and they're foot specialists, so I'll go in there with the hiking shoes and socks and everything I'm wearing. I'll see if they have any recommendations too. So I got a lot to do today, and I am tempted to buzz my hair. I don't think I'll do that, but we'll see what I look like next time I log in. Ciao! Come on in here. I have to come back in the morning and meet Rob. He's apparently the foot specialist who will do magic with my feet. I don't expect a magic wand. I do have a stress fracture, and the right thing to do is get off trail and put a boot or a cast on for 4 to 6 weeks. I'm not going to do the right thing at this point, which makes me sad because I'm hiking in pain, but I'm afraid if I go home and I won't pick right back here. The vacuum will suck me in, and I'll never, ever get back to the AT. It is what it is, but I'll come back tomorrow. Maybe there's something he can do to just help minimize the discomfort. They were amazingly helpful, highly recommended. Now I'm off in search of food that I can eat with a broken tooth. Something I can gum, like pasta or soup. Oh my gosh, if it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. This is downtown Franklin, North Carolina. It's really cool. Yeah, it's very small. It's only a couple blocks, but and there's a street pretty much parallel to this that has a few little shops and stuff too. But there's antique shops and restaurants and the Lazy Hiker bar with craft beers, which is amazing, but you can get sucked in, so be careful. And there's the mountains at a different distance. I could live in a town where I step out of my office at the end of each day and that's what I see. Yeah, I can handle that. Beautiful. So the situation with my tooth. I went to the dentist today. You can see it's still attached to my mouth. It's this tooth here. It's a cap. And maybe 2 years ago, I forget, I had a root canal. It snapped in half and I had a root canal done. So the good news is it doesn't hurt at all. But it is hanging by a thread. If I pronounce a word wrong or my tongue touches it or I bite into something, it almost comes out. So the dentist said it will probably fall out in my sleep. I'll swallow it, or at any time it could fall out. But the good news is, hold on, I have to cross the street. The good news is it doesn't hurt. He did an impression today, so he can't repair it. There's a post that goes up into my gum and it broke. I don't know if it's metal or what it's made of, but it's damaged. So he can't just cement it, which is what I was hoping. So I'm gonna get a flipper. I don't know if you know what a flipper is. It's just basically a false tooth that will either attach to the roof of my mouth or to a tooth next to it or whatever. So he did an impression today, and we were really afraid that when he did the impression, when he pulled the mold, the rubbery stuff, clay, out, that it would pull the tooth out. But the hygienist was so nice, she like rubbed Vaseline all over my tooth so that it would help, and it didn't fall out, so that's cool. So they have the impression, but it's gonna take about 2 weeks because they have to mail it to the lab. The lab's gonna make the new tooth and mail it back to them, and then I have to come back. So I have no option but to come back to Franklin in 2 weeks. So tomorrow morning I'm back on the trail and I will hike for 2 weeks. That should put me around Clingman's Dome, maybe, somewhere in the Smoky Mountains. And so a couple days before the 22nd, May 22nd, I have an appointment to be back here at the dentist. It feels weird to be on streets with traffic. It's weird. Anyway, so the 22nd I have to come back to this dentist, and so I will step off the trail and get a ride back to Franklin somehow, some way, and get the new tooth put in my mouth, and then get a ride back to wherever in the Smokies that I stepped off and continue north. So that's the plan, at least for now. I just want to mention, why am I even talking about this? Why is it a big deal? It's timing. To get to Katahdin, they close it in mid-October, October 15th, and then it's only open case by case, and the weather gets bad, and I don't really want to be hiking up there in the ice and snowstorms and, it'd be dangerous. So every day that I'm off the trail dealing with, fractured foots and broken teeth and, it's just more time, and I'm a slow hiker. So it's definitely crippling me. So that's why I'm venting. Back on the trail with some riffraff behind me. No, just kidding. So there's my new hiking partner. Say hello. I'll have to return to Franklin in 2 weeks to get my tooth, my flipper. They'll call me Flipper.
I'll call you Flipper.
But we just returned to the trail, heading north We're gonna stop at, is it Siler Bald I said? I forget. Yeah, I stopped at Outfitter 76, got a new pair of shoes. I think I'll talk about those from camp tonight.
So happy about them.
I am very happy about
Yeah.
how happy am I about my shoes?
Oh God, like you're walking on a cloud.
I'm walking on a cloud until we start going uphill. Anyway, onward with my new buddy behind me. It feels so good to be back on the trail. I've actually started, it's funny, when I'm on the trail, after several days I can't wait to get to town. Once I'm in town for more than 24 hours, I can't wait to get back to the trail. But it does feel good to know that I have a solution, that I've got my new shoes, that there's a solution to my tooth problem. I'm just hoping this one stays in my mouth for 2 weeks. And then I have to return to Franklin to the dentist, as I said 100 times. But I've got 2 weeks to hike before I'm forced to stay off trail for probably a day or two to get that taken care of. It just feels really good to be back. Today we're going to Siler Bald. It's supposed to be one of the most beautiful vistas from the top. We're gonna tent, Savannah and I, and some hiker comments on the guide say that it is a spectacular sunset. So I definitely want to get there before sunset, set up my tent, just enjoy what nature has to offer. It's a beautiful day. Life is good. Look at all the dead trees around here, right? And then look on the side of me. Like, what? Like, explain this. It's literally there, and then this rainforest. Ugh. The mountains are strange, Savannah. This is the last part of the climb. We cross a meadow to our tenting space. This is wild. I feel like I'm... Okay, this isn't the AT. This is cool. That's where we're going. Oh, cool. Savannah, this is beautiful. We're at Siler Bald, and this is our tenting area for the night. There's mine and Savannah's tents. Sunset is probably in about an hour, and here is our vista. This is incredible, and it's just the two of us. And maybe some bears and rattlesnakes and copperheads.
Goes missing.
And
All
lots
the
of
other ones.
flies or bugs. Like, ugh, but maybe we can get our map, our topographical map, and see what mountains we're looking at. See how many. And the most beautiful part. Wow. You wonder why I'm out here? Wow. And right now, we are eating. Yeah.